Clarinda Academy is in remote southwestern Iowa, on the same grounds as a state prison. It's one of dozens of residential facilities run by the for-profit company Sequel Youth and Family Services. Teens are sent here from nearly 24 states, usually by court order. Sometimes they're foster kids with nowhere else to go. Once here, they need permission to leave.
I've never been back there ever since.
Now, former residents are sounding an alarm, telling NBC News what they experienced at Clarinda was abusive. The state of Texas paid for Mahogany Chambers to attend Clarinda when she was 17 after she got in trouble with police. She spoke with us with her lawyer at her side.
I thought it was going to be like positive, you know.
But one night, Mahogany says, a counselor attacked her.
He started being aggressive and started kissing on me and stuff.
You didn't ask him to kiss you? You weren't expecting that?
No. I was shocked, actually. I was really shocked. I was in shock. He pulled down his pants and he penetrated me. He said, "Don't tell nobody." I just walked into my room and I sat there in the dark and I started crying because I didn't know what to do, to say. It was...
Did you feel like he had the power over you?
Yeah.
The counselor, Antonio Aranda, pleaded guilty to sexual misconduct. Sequel fired him, calling his actions egregious and totally unacceptable. But Mahogany Chambers is suing him and Clarinda Academy, alleging Aranda never should have overseen young girls or been hired in the first place because he had a criminal record. Sequel says his conviction was for petty theft when he was 18. Quatez Rice was a foster kid in Washington State when he was sent to Clarinda.
It was a nightmare.
He describes harsh physical restraints.
I got slammed on my head and I passed out, and sometimes they made a joke of it.
Washington State pulled its students out of Clarinda after an investigation by the watchdog group Disability Rights Washington found the use of restraints was physically painful and frequently resulted in back, shoulder, and neck pain for several days or weeks. In a statement to NBC News, Sequel said the report is filled with false statements, is an attack on our integrity, and grossly misrepresents how we operate. But another former resident, Clara Sanchez, says she also endured harsh restraints.
I had my legs straight out in front of me, and he put all his weight on my back and had my nose touching right in between my legs, and just excruciating pain.
She says one of the staffers restraining her was sexually aroused and pressing against her.
He did it in a motion where you know when it's intentional and you know when it's just hitting, and it made me really uncomfortable.
Sequel says physical restraints are used when students are at risk of harm to themselves or others, but their use has a history of complaints. A 2013 report from California says a resident's collarbone was broken following an unapproved physical restraint technique that staff then tried to cover up.
The more beds they fill, the more profit. The more corners they cut, the more profit.
Sandy Santana is executive director of the advocacy group Children's Rights.
What does this tell us about the system?
It tells us that our child welfare systems are broken and that we are treating children as commodities. And they're sent thousands and thousands of miles away to be warehoused in these institutions that ultimately are not serving their needs.
Sequel said it's prohibited by law from discussing individual cases, but called the accusations baseless and unverified. In a statement, the company said an Iowa state audit in September noted no deficiencies and renewed our full licensure.
Days after we submitted a list of detailed questions to Sequel, the company announced that all of its residential facilities will now adopt a new behavior management program that will, quote, minimize the use of restraints.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.